At the end of May, my wife and I were lying in bed reading, and I turned to her and said, after my brain surgery, if I've recovered enough, I would like to do the July Story Slam. And she said, okay. And I said, but the topic is beauty, and in my story I'm going to have to say that you're not beautiful. She just shook her head and returned to reading. Now, in my defense, I see it as an outlier. Only 0.5% of the population is beautiful. So, out of the 300 or 400 of you here tonight, only 2 are beautiful. I'm talking about launching 1,000 ships beauty. So in 3rd grade, I did not like girls. It's not that I hated them, I just didn't understand the point of them. And then in 4th grade, I was at an assembly. It must have been a talent show because these 2 girls got up and sang. And it was like I was struck by lightning. Tracy Leland, short, brown hair, dark skin, and her friend Michelle Woodward, tall, long hair, fair-skinned, were the most beautiful things I had ever seen. I was in awe of them. Now, my father was a construction engineer, and I had gone to schools in 5 different countries by the time I hit 8th grade. And in 9th grade, we moved to Indonesia. Now, my mother, for my whole life, has been trying to make friends for me. So in the first couple of months of living in Jakarta, unbeknownst to me, she had made a play date with this British woman she had met. My mother is English also. So one day we go to the Petroleum Club, and there is the most beautiful girl in the whole world. I cannot even begin to describe her, but to tell you that her left arm by itself, just her left arm, far surpassed the beauty of Michelle Woodward and Tracy Leland. And I was supposed to play tennis with her. No way was I going to play tennis. A, I didn't know how to play tennis. B, I had grown 6 inches in the last year, and I was all arms and legs. And C, she was a goddess. So she and her mother played tennis, and I don't think I spoke 2 sentences to her the whole afternoon. But my mother was not to be dissuaded. She procured an invitation to a party at this girl's house, and I said, I am absolutely not going. I was going to the Jakarta International School, and she went to the British school, so I didn't know anyone that would be there. But my mother's iron will prevailed. And I show up to the party, and there she is on the sofa, radiant, just glowing with beauty. But sitting next to her is this Australian guy, downright ugly, and not just ugly but obnoxious. And she's holding his hand. It's her boyfriend. I was amazed. How could this be? She shouldn't even have a boyfriend. She's too beautiful for a boyfriend. Now, fast forward to where I am 30 years old. I am a divorced father with 2 children. And I'm at church, and in front of me is this cute girl. I was attracted by her haircut, and her blue eyes and her very nice legs. And I thought, I'm going to go chat her up. So we talk and we become friends. Now, she had actually been attracted to me, but when she asked someone about me, they said, oh no, that's Mike. He's divorced with 2 little kids. So we become friends. I take her on a date after 6 months. The date goes well, but I call her the next morning and say, well, I'm sorry, I only do 1 date a year. And then one of my friends took her on a date, and I thought, well, that's not right. So I go for a second date, we fall in love, we're married 6 months later. And now, after 22 years, I think she's so much more attractive than when she was 30. But if she was beautiful, I would never have talked to her.